Valentine's Day 2020. Come with us to Valle, the Valley, and one of the most romantic places on earth. We've stayed at Coronado, but you can stay at many surrounding communities, and from there it's about an hour trip. Well, anyway, you drive up from sea level up into the mountains, and basically up from Playa Coronado to Anton Valley is about an hour and 10 minutes, and you climb from sea level up to about 2,500 feet on average. Beautiful road, just take it easy, obviously lots of twists and turns, and you don't want any accidents. Generally it's pretty good though, so basically enjoy it. I chose this music, Waltz of the Flowers by Tchaikovsky, because where we're going is really the Valley of the Flowers, and soon you're seeing that as we go. You'll see more and more flowers, and the valley floor is tremendously fertile, being an old extinct volcano, and it's basically got 3,000 people living in it. It's one of the only places in the world with a little city, 3,000 permanent residents, but probably another 3,000 on weekends and holidays and tourists and people who have cottages there and whatever have you. But anyway, we're going up in our Tundra, Toyota Tundra pickup, V8 gas guzzler, twin cab. It's got air conditioning, so everybody opted for that. I kind of like the Mercedes myself, just wind down the windows, but well, who can figure out. Anyway, as it turns out, it's got something to do with hair, I think. As we're driving by, we'll see your occasional stray dog. Well, they well behaved, and basically it'll just get prettier and prettier and prettier the closer we get to El Valle. We really enjoy this place a lot. We've been there many times through the years. I've lost count actually. This little golden frog is actually from that area, and it's endangered, but it's also poisonous, so don't go around kissing it. I'm going to turn you into a prince and make you sick. You're going to get more and more bougainvilleas as you go higher up, because, well, anyway, this is February 14th, Valentine's Day 2020, and they're nice, but not anywhere near as nice as they'll be at the end of March. So if you want to see a lot of flowers, go towards the end of March, early April, and you'll be overwhelmed with the beauty that you see. Lots of gorgeous homes along the way, but even more spectacular ones in the valley. And here's a modest one really, just one sample, but it's in the valley and very beautiful, well kept. As we're winding our way down, up should I say, towards the valley, we'll be descending shortly, we come across a really interesting place that I just amazed at, in awe. It's a property owned by people who fled Cuba, Castro's Cuba. And basically they overlook this beautiful Pacific from behind. They've got such a broad view. In fact, the whole property is, as you can see, that's the wall that demarcates the property, and it just goes on and on and on, and all of that faces an incredible view of the Pacific. The home itself is nice size and everything, but this wall normally is covered with all sorts of colors of bougainvillea. This is a little too early, Valentine's Day, but this is a little sample of what you'll see in March. So, just if you can, just remember, the hotter and drier it gets, the longer into the season there'll be more bougainvilleas. But anyway, here we are in the valley floor. Finally, we've descended into the caldera from the heights. That's it down there. It's surrounded by the walls of the ancient volcano, second largest in the world. I think that Yellowstone is by far the largest, but it's probably several volcanoes there, super volcano. But it also has a lake in it. This one doesn't. Anyway, you'll find lots of little cottages like this, and all of them with such gorgeous views and gardens, and oh man, these are just weekend places. But that's a very modest one. I'll show you one just now as we're driving by that to my mind is unbelievable. But so here we are turning up, okay, and look for that blue butterfly sign. This road, we go up here towards, well, the lip of the caldera, the brim of the caldera, and this is a little cottage. Not a home, it's just a weekend getaway. Anyway, we're getting to this hotel, we're going to this hotel specifically, Los Mandarinos, in this valley, and we're not going to do the other ones yet. This is Valentine's Day, one specific goal in mind, one restaurant in mind, one hotel in mind, and it's Los Mandarinas. This is our replacement for Banff Springs Hotel, which we used to love to visit. Anyway, as you take your first right as you get into Los Mandarinas property, and you go down this driveway, and as you can see, you're approaching a really interesting looking place. That's our truck here in the distance, by the way. And it's called the Casa of Lourdes. Lourdes is a woman, and she's a very interesting lady, historically, should I say. And that's, well, Valentine's Day, so one would expect that kind of thing there at the entrance to the restaurant. This is Lourdes, and her story is fascinating. I encourage you to do a little bit of Googling on that, and I'll put a link in about it. But this used to be her home, and well, anyway, she shared it with us. That's the old patriarch sitting there drinking his cocktail. And this is Miss Universe Panama, Miss Panama and Miss Universe from years ago when Donald Trump held the competition or pageant here in Panama. And she's visited there amongst other very important dignitaries. This is rather an interesting scene. On the left, you've got old folks, four of them, around a bottle of wine. You can see they're having fun, reminiscing, no cell phones in sight. That's the way it used to be done for us old pubs that grew up. So it's beautiful. Actually, should I say, a very good-looking young couple. Well, anyway, what's to be said? They just ignored each other and said they're on the cell phone. This, on the other hand, is back to our age group. That's our friends Dave and Sue, British Canadians. Jen's also of British descent. Dave, he's an old friend of mine. He always says, yeah, old buddy, over a beer, just remember, in the old days they used to send us to war and kill us off. Now they feed us because they reckon, well, they can weed their cash cows and weed their new cash crop. This is a view of the garden, and also this is the orchid garden right there in the restaurant, and sometimes it has fantastic orchids. It's seasonal, of course. As you leave, that's the scene. It's the caretaker's cottage. This Los Mandarinas, beautiful hotel, beautiful backdrop, just gorgeous. Anyway, there's the valley again from the surrounding hills. And it's a really lovely place. Good climate year-round, not too hot, really nice. You'll just see progressively more and more flowers as the season drags on. But here's a sample of them. As you can see, the colors are spectacular. The backdrop is spectacular. It just gets better and better and better as there's more and more of these. And I love photographing. I don't know, it's just a thing for me. But anyway, as you can see, the colors are something else, and it's amazing. It's the easel that nature or God uses to paint these things, because it's just wonderful eye candy and great photographic material. So remember to subscribe. We're Nicholas and Lizzie, or Ian and Jen, and well, we've been in Panama 14 years. It's home. And there's enough beauty in this Panama to last a lifetime. And we sure hope you're enjoying it. We're going to show you more, a lot more, so subscribe. And we're going to do more of Valle specifically. And we'll highlight some of the other restaurants and hotels and things to do and see there. But this time was Valentine's Day, so that's it. We just did the one. It was a Valentine's Day outing.